ഇപ്പോൾ Cpim General Secretary Sitaram Yechury മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ കാണുന്നു തത്സമയം.
On issues that are affecting the local population. Somewhere it will be water, somewhere it will be electricity, somewhere it will be transport, somewhere it will be roads. But whatever those issues are, on that to mobilize the people and to launch your sustainable movements to realize that objective. This is the, I would say that this is the axis for the party's growth. It doesn't happen through, these are all important and very demonstrative, central actions, big calls and rallies. But the actual growth of the party will be from the grassroots level, and that is where the concentration will be now.
Is there any special plan for the North Indian states?
For the?
North Indian states.
North Indian or North Eastern?
Both.
Both. What is the plan?
Yeah. Is there any special
You see, for the North Indian states, particularly Hindi-speaking states, we have worked out a plan, but we had also said that soon, very soon, we'll have a meeting with the secretaries of all these Hindi-speaking states in order to discuss how to implement what we have outlined in our political organizational report. And that is basically to take on, you see, the Hindutva communal agenda has to be met straight on. We got to take the bull by the horns. Only thinking that on people's issues organizing protest is going to mute that monster, that is not going to happen. Hindutva, that entire communal agenda has to be frontally taken on, and that has to be done politically, ideologically, socially, culturally, very important, and organizationally. Because they use all the social mechanisms available, from organizing community kirtans to bhajans to various things through which they propagate this polarization. Now these have to be countered at each level, and that is the challenge that has to be taken up, particularly in the northern states, in the Hindi-speaking states, and in the northeast now. Using Assam as the axis, they are now communalizing rapidly and most dangerously the entire northeastern region, and that will have very serious consequences for the future. But that is the challenge that we'll have to take on.
During the last 8 years of Modi rule, the minorities, farmers and Dalits were the most affected. So do you have any action plan to organize intensive protest among these people?
Yes. In fact, the farmers' action, though finally the launch of the farmers' protest against the farm laws happened under the large umbrella organization of the Sangyukt Kisan Morcha. For 2 years before that, there was a consistent and a very systematic effort to bring together all these farm unions. And the whole thing started, if you recollect, from the long march that was of Maharashtra, from Nasik to Bombay, that took place. That was in fact the launch pad by which all these organizations came together. Prior to this farmers' agitation, private member bills were moved both in the both houses of Parliament by this committee, that All India Kisan Sangharsh Samiti, and K.K. Ragesh, then our Cpim MP in Rajya Sabha, he and Raju Shetty, who belongs to that Agadi in Maharashtra, independent organization, they moved private member bills seeking what? Waiver of farm loans. If you're waiving your corporate loans, why don't you waive the farm loans? And the other one is on the MSP. So it was a manner in which this build-up took place. That is how, on the issue of Dalits, on the issue of the other marginalized and the suppressed and the oppressed now, that we'll do, and we will cooperate with all the Dalit, progressive Dalit organizations, with whom we already are in touch, who are independently taking up these issues against manual scavenging, for instance. You have when people, and organizations who are actively working on it, we'll cooperate with all of them to ensure that we build up
അജണ്ട മറികടക്കാനുള്ള പദ്ധതി തയ്യാറാക്കും. ഒപ്പം തന്നെ ഹിന്ദി സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിൽ പാർട്ടിയെ ശക്തിപ്പെടുത്താനുള്ള നടപടികളിലേക്ക് കടക്കുകയാണ് പാർട്ടി തുടങ്ങിയ കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി വ്യക്തമാക്കുന്നത്. ഈ സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിലെ സെക്രട്ടറിമാരുടെ യോഗം ഉടൻ തന്നെ വിളിച്ചു ചേർക്കും. ഭരണഘടനയെ സംരക്ഷിക്കാൻ അതുമായി യോജിച്ചു നിൽക്കാവുന്ന എല്ലാ പാർട്ടികളുമായുള്ള സഹകരണം അത് തേടും എന്നൊക്കെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി വ്യക്തമാക്കുന്നത്. നിശ്ചയദാർഢ്യത്തോടെയുള്ള ഒരു പാർട്ടി കോൺഗ്രസ് ആണ് കടന്നു പോകുന്നത് എന്നും CPIM ജനറൽ സെക്രട്ടറി സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി വ്യക്തമാക്കി.
ലോകത്തെവിടെയായാലും ഏത് സമയത്തും 24 വാർത്തകളും ഓഗ്മെന്റഡ് റിയാലിറ്റി പാക്കേജുകളും എക്സ്പ്ലെയിനറുകളും വിശദമായി കാണാൻ ഞങ്ങളുടെ യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാം.